Hi, my name is Taylor Briggs, and I'm a recent graduate of Savvy Coder's Data Analytics program. Yay! And this is my Capstone project. But before I get into that, I would like to tell you a little bit about myself. I have recent experience as a human resource specialist, and I also have past experience as an administrative assistant. I am 32 years old, and I currently live in St. Louis, Missouri. The reason I chose data analytics is because it fits my personality. I am detail oriented. I love to analyze trends and patterns. I'm also a great communicator and I enjoy presenting presentations in front of groups of people. The title of my capstone project is Analyzing Stock Market Volatility During the Presidential Elections. The purpose of this project is to answer these three questions. Which stocks and industries are most affected by elections? Does the political party in power influence the market differently? How do geographic regions tied to political affiliations connect to market performance? During these recent elections, I noticed that the stock market was highly affected by the election in particular. And during my research, I found out that I was the only person that did not know that the stock market was affected by elections. And the reason for that is I've never really been into politics. I don't know much about stocks or the stock market. And so I never noticed that. But this time around, this election, I paid a lot more attention to it because I had my first child recently, and I want to make sure that her future is bright and is safe. So I took this election a lot more seriously. I have had a lot of challenges during this cohort, but challenges that I embrace greatly. I have had so much fun through all of my challenges. I wanted more challenges because after I overcame them and figured out the answer, it was so rewarding. Python, SQL, all of this it's a new language for me. The only thing that I've known before this is Excel. I've used Excel extensively in my past work, but besides that, I really didn't know anything else. So all this is very brand new to me, and I have enjoyed it so much, and it's been a lot of fun. So although there has been challenges, I have embraced them and I love it. It has taught me a lot about myself. That I can do anything I put my mind to, especially learn something completely new and dive right into it. And I can't wait to learn more. Um, One of the first things I did was I went on investing.com and went to their economic calendar and I scraped data from that economic calendar. So I put in the dates November 2016 all the way up to November 2024 and only the most important dates and copied and pasted that data into Excel and then transferred the data from Excel to SQL for me to clean. And I also got data from Kaggle.com and put that data into Python. So with the data that I put into SQL, I just removed a lot of tables and columns. I cleaned it up to really get the answer that I want from this data. Remove some of the decimal spaces, and I just had a lot of fun with SQL. Actually, SQL is was my favorite program to learn. It is just a few lines of code will just get you what you want. I just love that so much. It's so interesting to see my data transform the way that it has. And I did have a lot of challenges in SQL. One particular time I cleaned my data up perfectly, but did not save it. Man. And had to start all the way over and figure out, the exact codes that I used and everything, it didn't take me as long the second time around, but man, that was highly frustrating. but also a great lesson to learn. A great lesson to learn. Save your work. Save your work. Next, Python. I imported my database into Python. I imported the database that I got from Kaggle.com into Python using pandas and created an exploding pie chart visualization using Matplotlib to highlight key segments of the data that I collected. The exploding pie chart was something that I came across just in documentation online, helpful documentation online with for Python, and it looked so cool to me. So I really wanted to figure out how to do it. It took me a week. It took me an entire week. But when I finally finished it and completed it, oh my gosh, it was so rewarding. It was so exciting. I was so happy about it. I love it. And as we can see, the currency that's leading in my data set was USD, which is not really a surprise at all. Most popular currency, really. I also use Excel to create a small database for my map, focusing on a few locations. This helped me pinpoint where the companies are and explore whether their geographic positions might correlate with political affiliations or influences. These are some companies that were in my data set from Kaggle. And I really wanted to see if it mattered if these companies were in states that were traditionally red or traditionally blue. Is that the reason why their stock was so volatile during this particular election or this particular election? Did it matter what state that this company was located in? So we're definitely going to see. And then I also wanted to know what top industries, what were the most highlighted industries in my data set during these dates, during the presidential election. So November the 3rd, 2020 was the presidential election where Joe Biden won that one. And that was the date. And as we can see, technology, very volatile at 37.41%. And then apparel is last at 7.32%. And then it will go to the current presidential election, which was November the 5th. Technology wins again at 20.63%. And apparel, again, is at the low end of it. But right in front of that is footwear and then retail. So I don't think that you should invest in anything of the sort. Stick to technology. Stick to technology. And we will see which industry. So NVIDIA in 2020 was the most popular one according to my data set. Had the most volatility. And as we can see, I wanted to pull up information online that showed that on this particular date and afterwards that this stock, NVIDIA in particular, did rise extensively. If you can see where this line is the date that presidential election happened. And as we can see before then, it really didn't have a lot of volatility. It really didn't move a lot. But then after that date, it rose and then fell and then rose and rose and rose and rose. And here we are today. If you invested in NVIDIA in 2020, you have a pretty penny today. I will say that is some good luck right there. And then next up, we have Coinbase, which also experienced a lot of volatility during this current presidential election. As we can see, if you can see on this line right here, where it started on November the 5th, and then rose and rose, and it's been up ever since. So, and as from the looks of it, it's at its highest point within the last recent year, within the last few months. So, and both of these companies are tech companies. So, yeah, tech is definitely the top industry to look into. And then right here we have a map. Does location matter? Does it matter? We shall see. So right here we have Atlanta, which is Georgia, and this is Home Depot. This is where Home Depot, the corporation, is located. And Trump is more so affiliated with Home Depot. The Home Depot is in Georgia, which Georgia is mostly a red state, so that makes sense. In 2020, it turned blue, but that's not very common. It's commonly known as being a red state, so that actually makes a lot of sense. But then we have California here, and we have Coinbase here, and we have Adobe. So these two companies are here, and we all know that California is mostly a blue state. I have the two maps right here from the most recent presidential elections. This is 2020 and this is 2024, and we can see that California has traditionally always been blue. But then we have two companies here that are affiliated with two different candidates. So from my research and what I have determined, that it really doesn't matter where your um, company is located. Not always. I mean, it seems like mostly, yeah, but not always, because for the most part, the company is going to vote with whoever they vote with. They're going to side with whoever they want to side with, and that's understandable. But for the most part, yeah, it's pretty much hit or miss is what I'm seeing. And also, as we can see, this purple is just no. We don't really know who they're affiliated with or not affiliated with. They're kind of like in the middle. Like we got McDonald's and Target. They didn't really pick a side, not that I know of. We really don't know. But I wanted to highlight that too. That these companies experienced a lot of volatility during the presidential election, but it may not always matter if you're affiliated with that candidate or not. It could just be the times. During my project, I utilized Agile a lot. Without this, I don't think that I would have really been able to make it through and to really focus on all the different components that I needed in order to complete this capstone project. Um, During my cohort, I was a scrum master, so I was able to help foster a sense of ownership and responsibility amongst my peers, and was able to help ask them, what is holding them back? Do they need any help? How can we move forward? And we did this on a weekly basis, and it definitely helped me to stay on track. And then now I utilize Agile in my everyday life, breaking things down into smaller tasks, manageable steps, and making them less overwhelming. Like, for example, I'm currently cleaning my house, it's the new year. So I kind of have this tradition where I clean my house every year, but I'm always overwhelmed because it's a lot of things to do. And like I said, I'm very detail oriented. But now that I have learned Agile, I have written down small tasks that I want to do every day. And I try to focus on those tasks every day so that I don't overwhelm myself. And hopefully by the end of this week, I will be done. But I have checked off all of my tasks and have done everything that I needed to do. So I guess I can't say hopefully. I will get it done by the end of this week because I am on track. So I'm very excited about that and learning this new skill. And yeah. And so with that, I would like to say thank you to Savvy Coders, and thank you for all of your help, and thank you for trusting in me, and thank you for believing in me, because Savvy Coders is a great company, and they have asked me to be a part of their company as an assistant teacher, and I am very, very honored by that. Very, very honored. So thank you. And thank you for all of your help and all of your support. And that is the end of my project. And I definitely will continue this because I am now going to invest in the stock market. I'm not gonna miss the next big rally. I can't now that I know so much about it. So I'm going to continue my project and continue to figure out which companies are best to invest in. But as of right now, as we can see, as far as industries go, stick with tech. Stick with tech all the way. And thank you so much for watching. And please have a great rest of your day. Thank you.